You know what time it is? It's fucking 6:30 in the morning. Oh shit, it's early, but this is what you got to do when you're trying to grind and you working like I don't know. I'm like fucking Kevin Gates out here, 6 jobs. I don't have time to get tired. Um, but we got Saul G. You see AG up there in the top right corner. Welcome, Saul G. Thank you for joining us. I know it's been a little bit since we had you on, but we're glad we were able to work the schedule out and get you on again.
Yeah,
I see you repping. I see you repping your favorite team to hate in the background there.
That's right, man. That's right, man. Repping my Ducks today, man. We're looking for another mediocre performance this weekend.
You're a worse Oregon fan than I am an LSU fan, but it's all good. It's all good.
No, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. The Ducks are my team. They just annoy me with how they play.
Yeah.
Well, the dumbest thing sometimes, but yes,
I'm with you. Like this, I'm an LSU fan, and somehow I think you have surpassed me in being a terrible fan of your favorite team.
I'm a great fan. Just the realist. That's all.
Just a realist. Yeah. Same here, but it somehow it still screwed me over when they had to play against Florida the other week, and I was trying to pick against them, and I lost out. You went 3-0 that week, and that is why you are now 10-7-1, passing me up. AG just continues to kill it. 17-7 against the spread so far this year. AG, I don't know. You can just about put money on your picks at this point.
I do every week.
It's pretty. Well, I'm saying like other people, but just in case anybody was thinking about that, we want to remind everybody that this is not financial or betting advice, and that you bet at your own risk. So bet wisely out there, bet responsibly. We got Ant coming in at 11-6. We don't have Ant's picks yet for this week, but we will get them up and we'll update the standings for next week. Saul G coming in at 10-7 after you went 1-2 last week, but you went 3-0 week before, so still 4-2 the last couple. I had a 1-2 week again. I was starting to catch up. I was approaching 500, and I have just been a dog the last couple of weeks. And Matt Sinikowski and Jonesy, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but it's certainly not putting in picks on a routine basis. But Matt went 0-3 last week. He was 5-3 coming in, and he just he got gobbled up by the.
I would have been doing a lot better if, for some reason, Army could just play a little bit of defense, not even a lot, just a little bit. I would have been good. I'm just
that game was crazy. Like I was just watching that thing go back and forth. I was like, God damn, does anybody stop anybody? What was it, 70-56? Was the final?
Yeah. I mean, it was just like I was like, okay, they're gonna get close enough so I can cover it. And it was like, nope, not again. I was like, anybody kick a field goal? Nope, it's gonna keep scoring. I was like, whatever. And then Air Force didn't Air Force for some reason. I don't know why, but somehow Air Force was favored. So I was like, well, who are they playing? They were playing a ranked team, and I keep shaking because somebody's unloading me right now. So I'm not having an earthquake over here, but yeah.
Salty's got 6 jobs too.
That's right, man. Air Force beat Air Force yesterday, but the only team that actually played like they was the people quote unquote protecting this country was Navy. So I took all the Service Academy teams last week.
I know, I saw that.
Shout out to Navy for. I mean, I think Navy played Cincinnati. No, yeah, Cincinnati. I think.
Yeah. They tried. They kept it close. They kept it close at least.
The only one that showed up, and the other thing,
they were the biggest dog by
and
far.
They were
like 4 touchdowns.
Army was at West Point, and Air Force was at in Colorado. I was disappointed, but
crazy.
Hey, I just said let me try something this week. I'm gonna give you the method to the madness of my picks these weeks. So let's get into it.
And AG went 2-1 again. AG just like
continued. He just picked Syracuse. Go ahead and put AG down for Syracuse. He just picks Syracuse every week.
No, that was Ant. That's Ant. Ant picked Syracuse.
Oh, my bad. No, my bad.
You good?
Shout out to
I thought you said AG.
It's funny though. I almost picked Syracuse this week though, but I didn't though. So you good?
This way, when Ant gets his, as long as they're not on a bye, I'm sure Syracuse will show up in his picks.
Nah, Ant will get his picks in at like noon because they play tonight.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he gonna take
Syracuse.
They play every Friday night, and he always gets it.
Right. All right, so let's start off. With Saul G. You sent your picks in just a little bit ago. We got I'll let you go ahead and explain what you got here.
All right, man. It's pretty simple. I got Cal, Oregon State. This is a straight up win for Cal. I really didn't even want to take the points. You could put me at a pick on this one because Oregon State's been playing pretty consistent ball all year. This is one of those why the spread is so low. So I either look very, very stupid, but I remember how Cal played Oregon Not like Oregon is the great litmus test of anything right now. So I just expect California just to come out. Not like they're not a good team anyway, but they had the smallest amount. I want to say this was the game that had the smallest amount of money on the board. So the as little money as possible is being bet on California. So this is why I took California. Florida plus 1.5. Just it's kind of like when I go against Michigan, can't cover them all. So I think Florida somehow, even though they've been slipping lately, I think they show up for the world's biggest what's it called? Party. World's biggest cocktail party. So I think Florida will somehow show up just enough because I got them at 14.5. So I think that hook.
So everybody knows this is so Florida's home is in Gainesville, but this game is played in Jacksonville every year. So it's a quote unquote neutral site, but it's still Jacksonville's a hell of a lot closer to fucking Gainesville than it is to Athens. So.
Correct. So I think that hook's gonna come into play. So I'm glad I got it in early. And then as I just keep believing Oregon's gonna find a game to blow again.
They already did though against Stanford.
No. I get it. They blew the Stanford game, but the bottom line is look at where they're at. They're at 7. Yeah. So if you look at who's ahead of them, somebody's gonna lose Michigan State. If Oregon wins, they still gonna keep going up. You still got Alabama versus Georgia. So if Georgia was to win out, Alabama's gonna have 2 losses. So Oregon's still looking like, you know what? So you're telling me there's a chance,
which means they're gonna find a way to fuck it up.
They're gonna find a way. So I'm saying I don't have no trust in Colorado, but they're about to blow it some way somehow. That's where I'm at.
All right, I got you. All right, so I'll go.
Go ahead. So while you were talking, Ant sent his picks in.
Oh, did he really?
And I think Syracuse on there, right?
Guess his number. Guess his first pick.
Syracuse.
Hell yeah, Syracuse minus 6.5.
You probably got like Syracuse, maybe Michigan State, somebody like that. I don't know.
Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to go. It's got to stay up in the.
Ant's got Syracuse minus 6.5.
See, I'm the opposite. All my shit is like SEC, Big 12 type.
Who
shit.
plus 18.5?
Penn State. Ohio State. Penn State versus Ohio State. They given 19, and then he got North Carolina plus 3.5 at Notre Dame too. Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's his 3 picks. So.
Wait, who was the last one?
North Carolina. North Carolina.
At North
Carolina.
At Notre Dame. Okay, all right. All right, so I'll go through mine real quick. So I made the mistake of betting against Kenny Pickett last week, thinking that somehow Dabo Swinney would have Clemson ready to find a way to contain the Heisman Trophy candidate. That did not happen. Not only did Clemson not cover, but or not win, but they didn't even cover. And so I'm going with Pitt to cover this 9.5 at home against Miami, because I think that now Pitt kind of sees a way. You always see this sort of thing happen where there's that team that doesn't look like much and doesn't really get a whole lot of fanfare. And if they play their cards right, when you've got that Heisman Trophy candidate, the powers that be just find a way to make you part of the conversation when it comes to when are they going to pick the start releasing the standings for the playoff stuff. It's like this week, isn't it? After this weekend?
I think so.
So don't be surprised if Pitt comes out with something to prove here and puts a big number on the board and actually finds their way into like that top 6 or 7 conversation for the college football playoff. Ole Miss, I don't know why. I know they're playing at Auburn. Like I have not been impressed with Auburn. Like Bo Nix has pulled some plays out of his ass, but like realistically, I just see like Lane Kiffin is one of, if not the best play caller in all of college football, and I just think this spread is way too low. I think, it's way too favors Auburn way too much. Give me Ole Miss +2 all day, every day. And I hate Oklahoma. I'm back on the bet against Oklahoma bandwagon because as good as Caleb Williams is, Oklahoma. We talked about this last week, Ant. AG. Damn, I keep calling you Ant. My bad, bro.
Good, bro. Y'all both got me confused with Ant today.
Championship caliber teams find a way to win, right? Oklahoma finds a way to barely beat like trash ass teams like fucking Kansas.
They can't cover, man.
Bro, they almost lost to Kansas. Kansas is terrible. I mean, like garbage terrible.
It started with what? Tulane week 1?
Yeah.
Tulane's like 1-6 right now.
Yeah.
Like they're not even a good
team. They beat them by
team.
5. They beat them by 5.
It would be one thing if Tulane was like nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like dominating their conference and everything.
Right.
Like they're not every game anyway.
They're not in a good conference, but they're playing, but they're dominating that conference. No, they're fucking terrible. So yeah, give me all day. Give me Texas Tech plus 19.5 against Oklahoma, because Oklahoma will find a way to win this game by like a field goal, maybe a touchdown or 2. So finally, let's go to AG. Are you ready for your picks? You're 17-7. You're gonna keep it going. You're gonna hit the 20 mark this week, or what?
Trying to.
Explain yourself.
Well, like I was just talking about, Tulane's not a good football team. One thing Oklahoma can't do is cover, and one thing Cincinnati's been doing is covering up until last week. They've been blowing every team out except for last week. Navy played very well, so I got them.
And Navy's a different matchup. That bone triple option shit is nothing to fuck with. So
they just limit the amount of times you can get the ball.
You can have the ball. Right.
Can't score as much,
ain't capable of that.
Yeah.
3 yards. 3 yards.
Well, they did it against Oklahoma, so we'll see. But they definitely showed up for their big game against Oklahoma earlier.
But that wasn't limiting Oklahoma. That was just Oklahoma can't stop anybody. They literally cannot stop anybody.
I'm just saying they showed up for a top team. You know what I mean? And Cincinnati's number 2, so we'll see. But I got them covering 26.5. And then I'm the opposite of Soul G on this Georgia-Florida game. I think Georgia's going to cover. They've covered 14.5 in every game except the Clemson game, pretty much easily. Florida's a good team, but they've been they're like 4-3 now. I don't think they're like hot or anything. They're coming off that loss to LSU 2 weeks ago. That was the last time they were on the field. So I got Georgia minus 14.5. And then Kentucky, man, this is like a freebie in my opinion. Like that's a money line pick right there. But Mississippi State coming in at 4-3, Kentucky's coming in still hot. You know, they're playing well, and I love Kentucky's coach for calling that timeout a couple weeks ago to make sure I went 2-1 instead of 1-2, making sure they covered on the goal line. Yep. So
shout out to Mike Stoops for calling a timeout to get a touchdown, to kick a field goal.
Yeah. What did you say, Chad? You were like, good teams win, great teams cover, but excellent.
No, that was you. That was you. That
was me. Oh yeah, excellent teams call meaningless timeouts. 10 seconds left to make sure.
Hold on. On the Georgia game, you know who's the starting quarterback
for
Georgia? Is it Stetson Bennett still?
Is he hurt?
I'm just saying. I mean,
but they've been talking about.
Georgia will not win that national championship if Stetson Bennett is the quarterback. They got a chance with JT Daniels, but I'm from Georgia, so I've already called Georgia's going to lose to Tennessee somehow. So I know they're going to lose it because that's what Georgia does, man. Georgia looks like world beaters, and they're going through the thing, and they find a way to blow it.
Yeah, even in the Kirby Smart era, like I used to think it was just the Mark Richt, program, but like they just find a way somehow, even under Kirby Smart.
I mean, they lost 7 starters on defense, and then they're talking about this could be the greatest defense in college football. How does that even happen? But it's like Georgia's going to find a way to not do it. And my main thing why is because somebody's eventually going to say, "Wait a minute, Georgia doesn't really have any healthy receiving talent, except for the tight ends are beasts." Now that tight end is a beast, but the receivers are not going to be able to eventually stretch the field, and people are going to be able to stop that Georgia running game, and that's going to shut it down. So
watch out. We shall see. Shots fired.
What happened? The same thing happened with Auburn. Remember, like Auburn just did just enough just to be near them. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I don't think Florida's going to beat them, but I think they're going to pull an Auburn, and Florida's just going to do just enough to keep it 28-14.
Gotcha.
And I'll win by that hook. And you'll lose by that hook.
Well, so I want to.
It's all right though. I got room for 2-1 or 1-2. It's all right. I'm trying to get.
I just put that. Well, hold on. Can you put the standings back up real quick? Because I need to count. Because I might need to start picking some more games.
No, you do. Yeah, you do.
He's got a total of 24 games.
Yeah, you're 2 weeks behind.
Okay, so I got 6 extra picks that I'm gonna have to slide in here.
That's right.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. How many? Well, I know we got enough weeks left in college football, but I'm 6 picks behind. So just so I'll feel good about myself, I don't want to pick 10 picks because that's going to be ridiculous. Because
just double up next week and the week after, and you'll be good.
I'll double up next 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doubling up too then.
Wait, I came in late. That ain't fair. You got 6 more picks to me because we got the same loss total now. You just got
yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, he's just trying to catch you. He's got you in the y'all are tied in the loss column. He's just trying to catch you.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's got to run the table in those picks, in those extra picks to catch you. So it's all good.
No, I don't.
Well, I got to go 0-3 for a couple weeks.
No, he's got to go. Wait. We got the same amount of losses. So
that's what I'm saying. So you have to win. You have to win all 6, and you'd still be behind by a half game. So if you picked 6 extra games, you have to win all of them just to catch him, and you'd still be a half game behind because you had that one tie, you had that push. Wow, shit, I pushed wrong, but
yeah, I get that point, but that's what I'm saying. It's like you basically say I got to go 3-0, and he got it. I mean, I could go 2-1. He can blow it 1 week. That's all good.
Yeah, I got to keep winning too, though. If you're doubling up, I got to keep winning.
There you go, man. Keep the foot on the pedal. I ain't gonna do no more all academy picks no more.
But all right. So to your point about Georgia though. So I want to get into this a little bit.
Okay.
I have my doubts about Alabama because it's been a long time since I've seen an Alabama program do what this one has done, where they first of all they lose to a what I think is a very bad Texas A&M team, a very overrated Texas A&M team, and didn't just lose, but lost ugly. They also lost to Florida. Granted, it was in the swamp, but they were up 21-3 in the first quarter of that game and let Florida just run the ball down their throat the entire rest of the last 3 quarters of that game to damn near beat them. Okay.
Yeah.
Emory Jones is a terrible quarterback. And like walked them down, and then that same Florida team comes into Baton Rouge and gets beat by LSU. So I look at the flaws that I see in Alabama, and I know this is Saban, and Saban has his ways of like finding ways to plug the gaps, but I just don't know that there aren't maybe too many gaps this year because of what the struggles that they've had in stopping the run. And the other thing that I see is I go back. I know you talked about this, going back to that Clemson game and how people have kind of forgotten how close that game was. I'll say this about that. So, number one, Georgia is their strength is their defense. Okay. Oh. I think that there was a lot of unknown going into that game, and I think they played it a lot safer than oh shit. Okay. Saul's working. So we'll give him a pass on dipping every now and then. But, I really wanted him to hear this. Clemson was like one of the top 3 teams in the country going into that week 1 matchup. That's right. Week 1, it coming right out of the gate. I think Georgia did what they thought they needed to do to not blow that game, and they held it down. It was only they won 10-3, but I don't put as much stock. I think if they play that game again today, Georgia wins that game by like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, I could agree with that because Clemson spiraled downhill, and you're saying basically they played a little conservative, just making sure.
Because they knew their strength was their defense, and they knew the worst thing that could happen was you turn the ball over, get a sack fumble or a pick or something like that, or on some bullshit, and let Clemson back into the game where you're just controlling the game, just keep controlling it and hold it down. I think that knowing what they know now, it'd be a whole different matchup. So I think looking at that through the lens of like how bad Clemson looks right now and saying like, look how bad, Georgia barely beat that bad Clemson team. I don't think a lot of people knew what Clemson was. I think they really expected DJ to be a much better quarterback than he's been. And it's just been, it's been ugly. And I think Dabo's still kind of trying to figure it out. Quarterback play is huge. As we saw with Oklahoma, like Spencer Rattler was terrible. And Caleb Williams is the only thing that's saving him because actually Oklahoma probably would have lost the last 2 games if Spencer Rattler was still a quarterback.
Yeah, but the other thing you got to remember is I think, don't get me wrong, Georgia's a good team, but Georgia is not as balanced as people want. They're very one-sided, and the thing I keep telling people is if your defense is what's saving you, good luck trying to win a national championship
Yeah.
with just that. Because even Alabama realized, like, okay, they used to be, we just gonna run, sweep to the left, sweep to the right, dive to the right, dive to the left, and just beat you at the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
And then Deshaun Watson had a little something to say about that.
Correct. And then it was like Nick Saban was like, we can win with somebody like what's the guy he does the calls now. You can win with the McElroy. You can, and then it was like, you know what? No, let's go Jalen Hurts. Let's go Tua Tagovailoa. Let's go Matt Jones. Let's go the guy they got now. Spread them out. Let's do all of this. So the problem with Georgia, and it's been Georgia's problem for too long, is they are way too conservative. And me and my boy talked about this. They got a 5-star recruit on the bench again. It's like they're Justin Fields in it again. They got a 5-star recruit on the bench, and no disrespect to Stetson Bennett, but it's no way that 5-star recruit is not better than him. It's no way. So it's like, if your defense is that great, you could have put the 5-star in at Vanderbilt. Or you could have put him in the game just so you could see what you got, because your defense is technically supposed to be good enough to save you. So that's the reason why, the same way like with Florida, we know Emory Jones isn't good. The guy behind him looks like a world beater.
Yeah, Richardson. Yeah.
But he can't stay healthy, or they're not comfortable.
They don't trust him enough. Yeah.
So that's just the way I look at it. Oregon has the same problem too, because we got a 5-star recruit. I think his last name is either Thomas or Thompson, but one of those Arizona quarterbacks is supposed to be the number one, I think, not dual threat, but pocket passer.
Yeah, pro style. Yeah,
pro style quarterback. But they started Anthony Brown, and when he looked bad, we was losing to Cal that week, everybody started to boo because they wanted to put. You got to let the other guy in to at least see what he got. So,
so Jersey, Anthony Brown jersey.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go again. So do you remember when Tua took over for Alabama officially? It was in the national championship game against Georgia. I just wonder, like, is there, because Kirby Smart kind of has that same stubbornness that Saban has, and Saban, eventually kind of got to that point. I just don't know. I don't even know who's calling plays for Georgia on offense.
I forget his name, but Brock Vandergriff is the quarterback who's behind him. I forget his name. He's got one of those NFL. One of those NFL and NC. If you heard his name, you'd be like, oh, that guy, because he's got one of those names.
Yeah. So, but what I was getting at, I guess, is Georgia still has the luxury. I think that they have is, I think they still have a loss in the bank that they can still easily, they're in the playoff. And
Todd Monken.
What's that?
Todd Monken is the OC.
The OC for okay. Yeah, I don't fucking know this guy. It ain't Lane Kiffin or Sarkisian or one of those like that Saban went and got to help catapult them with, regardless of what kind of garbage they had at quarterback. Because Jalen Hurts was not good. He was like a 1-2 read guy who would run the ball most of the time. But that's why Tua took over and they won the national championship, because Tua took over and like lit it up.
And that was the Georgia game, right? That was the Georgia game.
That was in the national championship.
Devontae Smith caught the pass too.
Yeah,
Georgia got folded in that, man.
Yeah.
But once again, Georgia has stayed in this. We're going to stay pro style. They get a little shotgun, but it's not really like a spread out offense. So Georgia has been stuck in that. So
yeah. So I guess what I'm getting at, I'm trying to make the case for, like, Georgia probably can afford to take an L, and it's all going to come down at that point to, does Kirby Smart figure it out that, like, okay, we tried this, but this isn't going to work. Now the only way we're going to win the national championship is if we go for, basically go for it all and not try to play it conservative. And does Kirby Smart have that in him? Because coming from where he comes from as a defensive coordinator, a very defensive, very conservative minded coach, I definitely have my doubts. I think I'm with you on that, at least, that there's reason for doubt for sure.
And with all that being said, Georgia minus 14.5, lock it in.
Look, man, we can't argue with the standings. AG is killing it, and Saul, you can talk all the shit you want, but Ant still has you beat so far, and you got two spots to jump. you can get your extra picks in, but you still got some spots to jump before you're up there.
Well, I want to take an extra pick. I want to put my extra pick in right now.
All right. Let's see it. All right. Let's see.
Who's Syracuse, I don't even care. Whoever Syracuse is playing, I'm going against Syracuse.
Going against Syracuse.
Against Syracuse. I don't care what the spread is. I don't care if they're playing.
Let me hang on.
Nobody. I don't care if they're playing. What's the New York?
You got Boston.
I don't care if they're playing Columbia or NYU.
Boston College. They're playing Boston College, and they're playing at home, and it's a 2:30 start tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm taking Boston College as my.
You got Boston College plus
Boston
6.5.
College plus 6.
Boston College, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, let me go ahead and get my extra 3 in. I'll take Boston College plus 6. Put your picks up there again, Chad.
Oh, you can go against me.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my extra 2 in.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, give me. Okay, you got Pittsburgh in that one. So I'm not betting on Miami. Give me. I'll ride with you with Ole Miss. And then I want to go against another one of AG's picks. Give me them Cowbells in Starkville, and give me Mississippi State plus minus a half.
Okay.
Oh shit! All right.
So yeah, that's right. So now I got my 6 picks in. So I'm trying to come for you this week, man. So let's go.
Mississippi State's terrible, but that's
I know.
Are you sure you want to waste your extra picks?
Nope. I gotta make it interesting now. That's right. I want to make it interesting.
Let's go ahead and throw it up. There we go.
There it is, man. Let's do it.
Just for you. Just for you.
You know what? If I come back 6-0 next week, that's good. You know I'm gonna be on here talking crap, but it's all good.
No shit.
I hope you do, bro. I hope you do. I want it to get interesting.
I might go 0-6, man. What'd you say?
I said I hope you go 6-0, bro. I want it to get interesting. Yeah, I've been waiting all year for it to get interesting.
Me too. I'm gonna put that as my background. What's that? What's
Chad wasn't helping.
What's what?
The guy comes out of the trash can. What's his name?
Oh, Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar. Yeah, that's gonna be my background next week. If I have a losing record this week, that's gonna be my background for next week.
Fair enough. AG, I don't know what's more insufferable, you fucking talking shit about Jersey all the time, or you talking shit about your picks. But we will wait and see what happens tomorrow. I got some serious ground to make up. I'm gonna just basically have to run the table and hope for the best.
You know what?
I'm in serious trouble. I'm
gonna keep making this a little bit more interesting, right? If I don't come back and beat AG, I will dye my hair his color of choice.
Oh shit! It's got to be that putrid ass Oregon Duck green.
He can pick if he go my man from Demolition Man orange.
No, it's gonna be this. This is your color.
Easily.
This is
if it's Oscar the Grouch green. No problem. I promise you, I will dye my hair. Not my beard, but I'll dye my hair. Oscar Grouch green.
All right, you heard it here. This is I Got Next, the college pick'em show. Bet wisely, bet responsibly. Don't
be like advice.
Chad, make sure you clip that last minute.
I definitely.
You're gonna try to. I'm gonna forget. He's gonna try to forget too.
All right, y'all have a fun weekend. Enjoy the games on Saturday. Peace, everybody.